Hi everyone, welcome, Lucia here. And as I promised today, we're going to talk about grief. I will talk about grief. And for those of you who don't know, I don't think I actually shared this on my channel. I lost my first husband back in 2009 and the second one in 2022. So I know a lot about grief and about loss. And I decided today to kind of summarize my thoughts and make a little movie, a cinematic one, and share my experience and what I thought it was important. So as I told you, it's going to be a cinematic, so I won't be in the movie, in the video, just my voice and my thoughts. But I would love to follow up on probably Sunday, I'm thinking, a live chat, so we can actually share our experiences and advices. Why not? And I will also love for you to share in the comments if you lost a loved one. I would love to read and know your experiences and your input on grief and how we can cope with it. So without any further ado, let's talk about grief. How do you deal with the death of a loved one? You grieve. It's the natural human response to the loss of a loved one. And grief can be a wild ride. We may imagine the grieving process as a roller coaster with highs and lows rather than a sequence of stages. Similar to many roller coasters, the ride usually starts out harder and has longer, deeper lows. During a trying time, when you might feel lost or alone, knowing how grief functions and how to handle it can be useful. And recognize that everyone experiences grief differently. Physical symptoms could sometimes be a manifestation of your emotions. This may hinder your ability to eat, sleep, or think clearly, making it difficult to perform daily duties. When these symptoms start to make you feel like you may be really ill, they can be terrifying. So seeking support from loved ones and specialists is crucial, regardless of whatever the symptoms are caused by loss-related reactions or not. It's possible that while discussing death and grief, friends and family become embarrassed or unsure of what to say. Assure them that you only need someone to listen to and that you don't need their counsel. It's also okay to be upfront with them about what you require. Simply saying, it will really help me to have permission to talk about my grief right now, allows your friends and family members to reply politely and candidly. It's quite hard to talk about how you feel and put your feelings into words while you're mourning, but speaking with a trusted person can be beneficial for a lot of people if they get past the initial obstacles. This could be a faith leader, a family member, or a group of encouraging friends, so definitely seek out for support. So friends can be a great resource for talking about your feelings during grieving, but they can't provide the same amount of support as a professional agency. Numerous support groups are available both in person and virtually. And speaking with someone who has also experienced a loss regarding a loved one's passing can provide a safe environment to express your feelings and establish a connection that is much needed. It is also very important to understand the stages of grief. So grieving is a difficult process, and most people experience grief in 5 different stages: denial, rage, bargaining, sadness, and acceptance are some of them. These phases resemble built-in coping mechanisms meant to assist you in getting over our losses. Comprehending these and acknowledging your own experience might aid in making sense of complex grieving. Recognizing that you are processing even slowly can also be aided by knowing the phases of sorrow. Another important thing is take care of yourself. So taking care of yourself is even more crucial when dealing with loss and sadness. Despite the fact that caring for your health during a period of grief may seem unachievable, keeping a routine will help you get through the suffering. For some, engaging in physical activity is beneficial. You deserve to heal, so don't feel bad for taking care of yourself. Eating a balanced diet and abstaining from alcohol and other drugs will help in your recovery. Face up to your emotions. Although you can attempt to repress your sadness, it will eventually surface. You must admit your pain if you want to recover. Avoiding depressive and loss-related emotions just makes the grieving process take longer. Complications like substance abuse, anxiety, depression, and health issues can result from unresolved bereavement. Also, communicate your emotions in a concrete way. Writing down your feelings and ideas in a notebook, for example, might be helpful even if you're not able to discuss your loss with other people. Or you may create a scrapbook or volunteer for a cause connected to your loss as a way to vent your feelings. Make an effort to keep your interests and hobbies, and regularity can be comforting, and returning to the things that make you happy and strengthen your relationship with others can help you grieve and accept your loss. You shouldn't allow anyone or yourself to tell you how you should feel. Nobody else can judge whether it's time to move on or get over it. Your pain belongs to you. Feel free to express your emotions without shame or guilt. It's acceptable to be upset, to cry or not to cry. It's also acceptable to smile, laugh, and let go when the time is right. Take care of your physical being. The body and mind are intertwined. You'll be more emotionally capable when you feel physically well. Take comfort in your religion. If you have a religious tradition, accept the solace that its rituals for grief might offer. You can find comfort in engaging in spiritual activities that are meaningful to you, such as attending a church, a prayer, or a meditation. Participate in a support group. Even with loved ones nearby, grieving can make you feel incredibly alone. It can be beneficial to vent your grief to those who have suffered comparable losses. Also, you need to keep in mind grief's physical manifestations. Although we frequently assume that grieving is only an emotional process, it frequently results in bodily issues such as exhausted, nausea, lower resistance, gaining or losing weight, pains and aches, lack of sleep. And remember, although everyone is affected by loss differently, many of us go through the same stages of grief. Just keep in mind that nearly everything you go through during the phases of mourning is normal, including feeling as though you're dreaming, questioning your spiritual or religious views, or thinking you're going insane. So I would love to hear from you in the comments. Please share your experiences with us and hope to see you on a live. And remember, be kind to yourself.